The president's actions demonstrate a belief that he is above the law, that Congress has no power whatsoever in questioning or examining his actions, and that all who do so at their peril. That belief, unprecedented in history of this country, simply must not be permitted to stand. To do otherwise risks guaranteeing that no future whistleblower or witness will ever come forward, and no future president, Republican or Democrat, will be subject to congressional oversight as mandated by the Constitution, even when the president has so clearly abused his office and violated the public trust. Accordingly, I will vote to convict the president on both articles of impeachment. In doing so, I am mindful that in a democracy there is nothing more sacred than the right to vote and respecting the will of the people.
That's Doug Jones. Doug Jones, we got him elected, y'all. I'm going to say we, because he was running against a pedophile and he was going to lose. We showed up in Alabama for Doug Jones, and he is now running against Jeff Sessions, and his political career is on the line, and he voted to convict. He voted to convict. He did the right thing. He told a story about his daddy and how he was raised to believe in his country more than even his family, and he cannot sleep or consider himself a patriot if he acquits this president on these articles of impeachment, because he is guilty. And Doug Jones stood up. Mitt Romney stood up. Unfortunately, we need 2/3 majority, but it was disheartening to hear how many lies. And somebody said today, like, the media has given him carte blanche to never get checked. Like,
yeah.
They don't check him.
And if they do it in ways that don't matter. So 2 days later, the fact check comes out, and that nobody knows.
In real time,
cares.
It should be a scroll.
Right.
That's a lie.
Right.
Here's the real thing.
Even
Click
if you
here.
want a red X for the lie and a green check for the truth,
right.
there wouldn't have been no green checks. Everything was a lie.
Right? Why wouldn't they do that?
Yeah.
It's simulcast everywhere. They should have their fact. This is the lyingest ass president in the history of this country. This should be part of their. They should have a whole lie bureau right there. Every time he lies, let's go. That's
Twitter
a lie.
Fingers and
boom.
fingers typing.
That's a lie. ABC News. That's a lie.
Right.
CNN. That's a lie. Do I have to run the country? I feel like there are no people in charge that actually care about anything substantial.
Damn it!
It reminds me of historical periods that we've discussed ad nauseum, and it's a scary time.
Is it?
It is.
It's not. I'm gonna say it's not. It's scary as a whole, but within this, there's so many opportunities.
Oh, there's tons of opportunities.
So
should one be primed to see, recognize, and take advantage of them?
We are.
That's
let's do that.
Indeed.
Let's keep looking to the sky. 866-801-8255. I need us to go to the polls. Not only is this a presidential election, the Senate is important.
Yes.
We need a congressional majority so that the shenanigans that Mitch McConnell was able to enact on this country, because he single-handedly destroyed democracy.
Well, single-handedly, he knows how to whip his members. And whip is such an interesting term to me.
WHIP.
WHIP. But he knows how to get them in line, and he knows how to hold out enough carrots and sticks to keep them in line. And because a lot of people who are social justice minded do not also understand how the government works, like the practical, who has to approve what system does what. The House has been sending legislation after legislation after legislation over to the Senate. But if the Senate does not take it up, that legislation does not get passed. So there have been gun bills, there have been voting rights protections, there have been a whole host. But if the Senate does not take it up, and the Senate is in the hands of the Republicans, Mitch McConnell is their leadership. If you are not actively focused on voting in those elections, that is how we get the fall of Babylon.
Alabama, y'all need to show up for Doug Jones.
Yeah.
I can't say it enough. Jeff Sessions.
Or get stuck with Jeff Sessions. And then you get what you get, and you can't get upset.
And I'm going to have to bring back the Cracker Chronicles. I know y'all don't want to hear that.
Jesus.
I don't want to do it. I'm going to have to, though. Jeff Sessions is it. What?
Are we saying there might be a reunion in the Senate
That would have probably.
between Graham Cracker,
Yeah, and
Beauregard?
Graham's
Beauregard. Yeah.
Oh.
No, well, this is my dream, y'all. I have a dream that one day y'all will show up in Alabama and make sure that Doug Jones is reelected. I also have a dream that Kentuckians, is that what y'all call yourselves? Kentuckians, that y'all would show up in numbers you have never seen before and get Mitch McConnell's ass up out of here.
And that's basically what Stacey Abrams was talking about. She's like, look, we know they're trying to cheat. We know they're trying to rig make things as hard as possible. You have to overwhelm the system with so many numbers that the system can absorb all of the machinations and all the trickery and dispel with it. So if that means you know that you are in a space where your vote is going to be disenfranchised and you have early voting, vote early. Then you don't have to stand in line. But if you know you have to stand in line, bring your snacks, bring your Nintendo Switch, your game card, whatever it is.
Scrabble.
A folding chair.
Right.
And get ready
Blanket.
to dig in. Blanket,
Right.
whatever
Water.
you got to do. Get ready to dig in.
And Kentucky just elected a Democratic governor.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. There's a possibility.
It's possible.
This is my dream, y'all. Can a black woman dream? Doug Jones wins in Alabama. Mitch McConnell loses to Amy McGrath. That's my dream. And then the trifecta. South Carolina, where my daddy went to Allen University, where he met my mama in Augusta. South Carolina, Lindsey Graham's is upended by a black man named Jamie Harrison.
Yes, indeed.
That is my dream.
Yes, indeed.
It can happen.
I will add my
Will y'all
face to
show up?
yours.
Wait,
Yes.
Thank you. Can we touch and agree, y'all?
Everybody,
South Carolina,
just stretch your hands,
stretch
toward
your
the
hands
speaker.
out. And we are
Just touch and
virtually
agree.
touching and agreeing. This 2 or more gathered.
Ashe.
Okay, we got 3 people we need to see out of Congress.
Yes.
And it starts with Doug Jones getting in, and Jeff Sessions never another time seeing the Congress unless he walks by. I need Kentucky to show up, y'all. I need Kentucky to give us Mitch McConnell out of here. Give him his walking papers. I need Mitch McConnell to never let him go and wade in that water, y'all. Let him wade in the water up to his neck. Lord Jesus, please let him go.
Which one?
All of them.
And then South Carolina, Lindsey Graham says, I need Jamie Harrison to win. He's a nice man. We've had him here on the show a few times. He's a beautiful human being. He's got a baby at home. He's just a nice man. Mama and daddy, Mama raised him up right. His grandparents, he's just a beautiful person. He's a good daddy, and he loves his country, and he loves his state in South Carolina. Y'all got Dylan Roof, y'all.
Yeah.
Here's what I need y'all. Y'all going to have the legacy of Dylan Roof and Lindsey Graham, or are you going to be the legacy of change?
Because let us be clear, should a Doug Jones lose and a Jeff Sessions win? Let us be clear. We already have the Voting Rights Act under attack. It will be eviscerated. So there will be no more, let's tap into all the there will be no more federal protections. There are 3 essential laws that civil rights literally relies on. Integration literally relies upon the Voting Rights Act, the Fair Housing Act, and what was the other one? Voting Rights, Fair Housing. Civil Rights Act. So you cannot in any way, shape, or form think that we are like being toyed. This is not a time for us to think about my vote doesn't matter, or it's so rigged that it doesn't matter. It's so impossible. They're never going to. You have got to dig in, because right now those 3 laws are under attack in such a way that if people like Jeff Sessions get to come back and he gets to be
team up with Lindsey and Mitch
under the leadership of this current occupant of the White
Come
House.
on. It's a wrap. Y'all better get your anyway, passports. Y'all need to get your passports anyway. Okay.
Indeed.
So these are other Senate races I need you to watch if you live in these states. Iowa, which we just had the debacle. Joni Ernst needs to go. Okay. I don't care who, but somebody else but her.
Yeah.
She's up for grabs. Georgia has David Perdue. He needs to go. There's like 11 people running in the primary, in the Democratic primary, which is May 19th. One of y'all needs to emerge and kick him the hell up out of the Senate.
And if there's no clear emerging winner, y'all need to coalesce and start having a conversation about who's the most likely candidate, who you can throw your support behind. This is not about a particular person getting a job. This is about making sure that there are people in positions of power who can move what's happening.
Unfortunately, the Democrats have not demonstrated that they could do that. This is supposed to be the most important pivotal race in our history. Y'all can't even get it together. Anyway, John Cornyn, his seat is up too. That's in Texas. Arizona, Martha McSally, who was out there in them streets calling people liberal, libtards and stuff like that. She was appointed.
Right. She didn't win her race.
No, she did not win.
Right.
She lost her race and then was appointed, and that's John McCain's seat. Yeah. And maybe if she loses, we can also lose Meghan McCain from The View. This is just my dreams, y'all. These are my dreams. Okay, this is all I want to see happen. Colorado, Cory Gardner is also up. And Maine is interesting.
It is.
Susan Collins. Now, let me go back to Colorado, because Colorado, John Hickenlooper, who was, I think, didn't he run for president as well?
For like a minute and a half.
For a half a second. He was a very popular governor in Colorado. He's running for that Senate seat. He could win.
Yeah.
We just need 4 seats. I want to do 5 because I don't trust them. I've given you enough. Now go do your work.
Yeah, you need 5 because don't forget Joe Manchin is a Democrat.
Oh, damn, though, Joe. You know, Joe Manchin could be flipped, though. He's just a weak person. So if there's a majority, he's gonna jump on the bandwagon.
So you're saying he would be our Susan Collins?
He would be our Susan Collins. He's a punk.
I love
excuse
the way
me.
your
He's
mind works,
he's a
Ms.
very weak person. He's just very weak.